What's causing your thumb pain? Hello, this is Dr. Siddharth Damber, expert in rheumatology and in regenerative medicine. In this video, I'm going to discuss what are the potential causes for your thumb pain and how we can come to diagnose it. Our thumbs, they are a key part of our hands, and opposable thumbs allow us as humans to use tools and use our hands much more dynamically. So when they hurt, it can be a real problem, not only because of the pain, but because of the functional limitations that it causes as well. There's a number of different things that can cause thumb pain. I'm going to lay this out and try to cover the most major ones that you need to be aware of. To begin with, could you have a joint issue in the thumb at any level? That can be either wear and tear arthritis from overuse for many years. That can also be due to inflammation from a condition like rheumatoid arthritis, gout, or other types of inflammatory arthritis. In general, you can tell the different type of arthritis based on whether your pain is worse with activity or whether it's worse with rest. If it's worse with activity, that's typically more wear and tear arthritis pain. If it's typically worse with rest, that's more inflammatory arthritis pain. Next are tendons. There's a number of different tendons around the thumb that help to give us motion and range of motion and power. And depending on where you have that pain, it may indicate which tendon is damaged. If you've got pain on the back side of your thumb, and it's pain as you're extending the thumb, you may have a condition called de Quervain's tenosynovitis. On the other hand, if you've got pain on the other side of the thumb, and it's causing triggering or catching of your thumb as you're moving it, that can be an irritation of the flexor tendon, and that's something called trigger thumb or trigger finger. There's also a lot of ligaments that help to connect all your bones. The ligaments basically are there for support. They help to connect the bones together and help to keep them stable as you're using them. They provide both support and stabilization. If you overuse your thumbs or if you've had an injury, and overuse can come from either work physical activity, texting all the time, using the computer a lot, or even like an acute injury from, let's say, sports or work, that can then lead to overstretching the ligaments, which then leads to instability of the joint, which then leads to pain. If that happens on an acute time or over a few months, that can be just due to the ligamentous instability or injury. If it's something that's happening chronically, you may have developed arthritis from that ligament instability as well. And lastly, then there's nerves. There's a number of different nerves that supply sensation to the thumb, and they can also get compressed or irritated, which can then also cause pain. As an example, the median nerve, if it's compressed at the wrist and it supplies sensation to the thumb, the index finger, middle finger, and then partly the ring finger as well. If it's compressed at the wrist, it can cause carpal tunnel syndrome and pain into the thumb. That compression of the median nerve can happen further up into the forearm as well. On the other hand, if you have compression of the radial nerve, which supplies sensation to the back of the thumb, you can also get pain and tingling on the back of the thumb. And then lastly, if you've got an irritation at the neck, the nerve, the C6 nerve root, if it's irritated, can cause pain in your thumb as well. Now that you know what can cause pain in the thumb, how do we diagnose this? As a physician, there's a few key things that I'm looking at right off the bat. To begin with, what are your symptoms? Are you describing pain with specific activity? Do you have triggering of the thumb? Do you have numbness and tingling? Do you have swelling in the thumb? All those kind of things can help to kind of direct me to being suspicious for, is this joint, tendon, ligament, or nerve-related pain? Then examination. Do you have tenderness on examination? Do you have tenderness in the joint, or do you have tenderness more actually in the tendons? Do you have compression of the nerve? Do you have some nerve findings on examination? Do you have swelling in the joint? All those things are key to give me a clue as to what could be going on. Then there's imaging that can be helpful as well. X-rays are helpful to tell if you have arthritis in the joint. Ultrasound, which is my preferred modality for a lot of different types of joint and tendon problems, can show if you've got inflammation, instability in the joint, or other types of soft tissue injuries, or even compression of the median nerve at the wrist. And then rarely MRI is needed, and generally you would use MRI if you were looking for more subtle injuries that are not showing up based on ultrasound or examination. And then lastly, if you're looking for nerve issues, it's doing an EMG study or nerve conduction study, which can tell if you've got a pinched nerve at the wrist, at the elbow, or even at the neck. Based on all that, you can then determine what's actually causing your pain, and then based on that, treatment really depends on what your specific problem is. We have other content where we discuss how we treat these different issues that can cause thumb pain, and based on the above workup, it directs us in terms of how to treat what's actually the cause of your thumb pain. Thank you for your time. Give us a like, subscribe to the channel. Until we connect again, have a good day and live well. Bye-bye.